Okay, hello everyone. I'm going to ask for everyone to please take a seat. If you would at this time, please silence your phones. Don't be that person who forgets. Somebody always does. All right, welcome to our 2026 White Coat Ceremony. We'll talk more about this day, what it represents, but at this time, I'm going to ask Dr. Ralph Cooley, our Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Services, to please lead in our students. Dr. Cooley, you can clap, you can make noise, you can do whatever you want to do. Dr. Robert Spears, the Associate Dean for Student and Academic Affairs here at UTHealth Houston School of Dentistry. For those live streaming, hello everybody. Great to have you being a part of all this in such a prestigious, august occasion. Students, it's awesome. I mean, you guys clean up pretty well. Most of us as faculty at the school don't quite see them like this on a day-to-day basis, so it's always awesome to see them presenting themselves this way. This is a monumental day in their progress towards that DDS degree. Many of you were here for our family day last year, so it's good to see you again. They could not be where they are today without your constant support, all the things that you do for them. I know how grateful they are. We're grateful for you for putting your trust in us to help them get through this process and reach that final goal. So the white coat today represents a next step. It's that step towards becoming that ethical, professional dentist that you're going to hear more about in just a few minutes. It's all about trying to become that person who's going to give compassionate care for their patients and represent what the profession of dentistry is about and what we expect of them. There are really high expectations for these students. And I'm so proud of the fact that so far, a year and a half into this educational process, this is probably one of the best groups of students we've had. Woo! Verklempt. What a great group of students. And that a lot in part is because of you, what you've done with them, for them. And, year and a half, it's gone by quickly. They don't believe that the next 2.5 will go by quickly, but it will. And we'll be back again for graduation, walking across that stage. So we're going to have a lot of discussion, talk about what is the white coat, what it represents from our speakers. But what I'd really like to do is now introduce the Dean of the School of Dentistry, an alum of the School of Dentistry, and best dean we could have, Dr. John Valenza.
Thank you, Dr. Spears. Good morning, everybody. Well, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of the School of Dentistry, it's truly my pleasure to welcome everybody who's present today, in person and online, to our annual White Coat Ceremony, especially to the class of 2028 and the inaugural International Dentist Education Program students, known as IDEP, who have joined the class of 2027. Special thanks to our sponsors for today's events, as noted on the back of your program: the UTSD Alumni Association, the UTSD PACE Center, the Houston Academy of General Dentistry, and the Houston Asian American Dental Society. I'd also like to acknowledge some special guests who are joining us today. So if you'd please stand as I call your name, and audience, if you would hold your applause till the end. Our keynote speaker, Dr. Roger Macias, who will be formally introduced in just a moment. From the UTSD Alumni Association, past president and representing her sister-in-law, who is current president of the Alumni Association, Dr. Elizabeth Hunsaker. From the Texas Dental Association, president, Dr. Glenn Hall, a class of 1975. And from the Greater Houston Dental Society, Dr. Joel Vela, class of 1993, and for pediatric dentistry, class of 1997. Longtime speaker at this event and now featured speaker at orientation for incoming students, Dr. Kenneth Horowitz, class of 1961. And Dr. Jerry Long, Director of Practice Consulting at UTSD in class of 1966. And finally, I'd like to recognize all the dentists, dental hygienists, and dental professionals and educators in the audience who are with us today, whether as faculty, family, or friends. If you would also please stand. All dentists, dental hygienists, and other dental professionals. So thank you all for being here. At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Hall and Dr. Vela to bring greetings from Organized Dentistry. While they make their way to the podium, let me tell you how proud we are about our relationships with the American Dental Association, the Texas Dental Association, and the Greater Houston Dental Society. As an example, we are truly excited that in just a few short weeks, UTSD will be the host for the national kickoff for the annual Give Kids a Smile event. So we're really pleased and thankful to the ADA for recognizing our school for that. So a few words from our doctors.
Thank you, Dr. Valenza. On behalf of the Texas Dental Association, I wanted to bring a few remarks to you about the benefits of being a member of organized dentistry. First, there is your education. The Commission on Dental Accreditation accredits all the dental schools, and in order to practice, you need to graduate from an accredited dental school. Second is standards and research. ADA does research, does literature reviews, and makes recommendations based on that research. Standards are important because they influence everything from the way your handpiece couples with that little piece of tubing every time to a uniform dental claim form. They're also involved in the codes that you use to submit treatment for payment. Finally, advocacy. It's the most important reason to belong. We have strength in numbers, and if we don't maintain those numbers, that advocacy for your ability to practice the way you want to protect your rights as practitioners, can begin to fail. Ultimately, there is fellowship. Many of us have developed lifelong friendships through organized dentistry. But there are also weak connections, many of us who know of one another, but don't have that established strong connection. And yet, when someone moves to another town, we can say, I know somebody there. And it's a good start for a patient or another doctor. So I encourage you to maintain your membership. As students, you have the opportunity to be members, and we hope that you will continue it after graduation. Thank you.
Morning. I bring you greetings for the Greater Houston Dental Society and offer you congratulations on your White Coat Ceremony Day. This day marks your transition from layperson to healthcare professional. It symbolizes your commitment to service to others, humility, and as Dr. Spears said, the compassion that your patients are going to come to expect from you. Signifies responsibility, professionalism, and the trust that your patients and others are going to look to from you. I couldn't be more proud to be here to celebrate this day with y'all. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Hall. Thank you, Dr. Vela. So, why are we here today? You've heard a little bit already about the purpose of today's event. This, our 27th White Coat Ceremony. Why do we and other healthcare professions do a white coat ceremony? If you were to ask a patient or someone on the street to indicate what symbols of health profession stand out to them, they would probably mention a coat, scrubs, or uniforms of some nature. The white coat is certainly one of the most recognizable. Our coats carry a message to our patients that here is a healthcare professional who is going to help me. It implies someone who possesses great skill or experience, has high standards, and behaves in a professional manner, will put the needs of others before their own, and is committed to lifelong teaching, learning, and service. So let me say to you, class of 2028 and IDEP class of 2027, today is more than a symbol. It is a pledge, a commitment, a responsibility to serve humanity, and to be professional at all times, in all places, in person, online, or otherwise. I know that as you now formally begin the clinical phase of your education, you will place your patients first, work together, celebrate your diversity, be involved, and stay current. And hopefully that you will strive for what we here at UTSD hold so close, our school's vision for ourselves and our patients. And our vision is? Improving oral health, improving overall health. Great. So it is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. C. Roger Macias. A native of San Antonio, Texas, Dr. Macias completed his dental education at the other UTHealth, the UTHealth San Antonio School of Dentistry, in 1983. While establishing his private practice, he also served as an assistant professor in the Department of General Practice at his alma mater. A great love of sports drove Dr. Macias to become involved with sports dentistry, having served as the team dentist for the San Antonio Spurs. He's also a dentist for the San Antonio Rampage, that name, Rampage, the WNBA San Antonio Silver Stars, the San Antonio Missions Baseball Club, as well as numerous college universities and high schools in South Texas. In his practice, Dr. Macias offers comprehensive aesthetic and restorative dentistry. He has a great interest in the treatment of temporomandibular joint disorders and sleep apnea, is active in numerous dental study clubs, and is currently a faculty professor at the world-renowned L.D. Pankey Institute. Among Dr. Macias's many accolades and awards, he is a fellow in the American and International Colleges of Dentistry, as well as the Pierre Fauchard Academy. And in 2020, Dr. Macias received the prestigious Texas Dentist of the Year Award given by the Texas Academy of General Dentistry. And also in 2020, he received the inaugural Distinguished Alumnus Award given by his dental school alma mater. Dr. Macias was ordained as a deacon in the Catholic Church and is assigned to San Fernando Cathedral. Married for over 38 years to his bride, Esther, they have a daughter, Devin, who is a fetal medicine physician, and her husband, Weston, a surgical oncologist. And they have a son, Trey, who, along with his wife, Samantha, are professional musicians. We're so pleased that he is with us here today. Please join me in welcoming friend and colleague, Dr. Roger Macias.
We are twin brothers from different mothers. Siri, set timer for 2 hours. Well, what an honor. This is my third year being here to give this keynote. I'm living in the shoes of Dr. Horowitz. So, Dr. Valenza, Dr. Spears, Dr. Hall, Dr. Vela, all the faculty, all my friends, moms and dads, students, thank you for being here today. What a pleasure it is to be. You know, when Dr. Valenza said, "Can you do this speech again?" I was like, "They've heard me." He goes, "No, they haven't. This is a whole new group." And I didn't think about that. And I said, "But you know, I went to dental school in San Antonio." He goes, "Yes, I know that. And but I'm here on behalf of the American College of Dentists." And so the white coat, as he said, symbolizes professionalism, caring, and trust, and which one must earn from your patient. And you know, sometimes I give lots of speeches, and as a Catholic deacon, I get to preach. It's one of the things that I get to do, one of the things I do. And one time I was preaching, and a baby was crying, and it cried, and it cried, and it cried. And I kept preaching and preaching, and then finally the mother got up and started walking out with the baby, and I said, "Ma'am, it's okay. You don't need to walk out. The baby's not bothering me." And she said, "No, but you're bothering the baby." So, well, back in the dark ages, or it's as is better known, 43 years ago when I graduated from dental school, cannot believe it, I know I look 43. We didn't have a white coat ceremony. In fact, we wore blue coats and light blue coats, which was really interesting. And it's surreal to know that this coming March 31st, 79 days from now, not that I'm counting, I will begin a new profession known as retirement. I know what you're thinking, retiring at such an early age.
but really I'll be retiring from my restorative dental practice. And for about a day or two a month, I will be doing just sleep medicine, which I really love doing. My mom died from complications from sleep disordered breathing, and it's become passionate for me to kind of help others never have to go into that realm. And also, the most important thing that I wish to accomplish in this retirement is to be a grandfather to my 8-month-old grandson, Caleb. So that's the most exciting part, as those that are grandparents know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a tremendous profession that has given me so much joy. You know, one of my patients told me one time, he goes, "Hey, doc, are you happy?" I go, "Yeah, I'm happy." He goes, "Yeah, but are you joyful?" And I thought, oh, man, so where did that word, full of joy? Well, my joy is based on the following 3 words, almost synonymous with professionalism, caring, and trust. And they are ethics, hard work, and gratitude. The famous poet Maya Angelou said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And I hope that what I say to you makes you feel proud to be members of the profession of dentistry. I also understand that the 5 students from IDEP, or from the class of 2027, are also receiving their white coats today, and how exciting for all of you as well. Being in the profession of dentistry accomplishes through ethics, gratitude, and hard work, as I said. Ethics, which is the mantra of the American College of Dentists, of which myself, Dr. Valenza, and many of your faculty members are colleagues of, is the framework of the profession that you have chosen. Ethics is the moral principle that governs your behavior when conducting an activity. Your moral principle when conducting an activity. To be more precise, it's how you behave when someone is looking at you. But more important, it's how you behave when no one is looking at you. Ethics is being eroded nowadays. I see these commercials on TV. If you've got 4 failing teeth, consider full mouth implants. What? Ethics forms the bedrock of our actions, of our society, defining the principles that guide us in our profession and the interactions that we have, and it steers us towards making choices that resonate with fairness, with honesty, and integrity. And that goes hand in hand with you as a dentist having care and skill and judgment. You will encounter many, many ethical situations in your journey of dental school and in your profession as a dentist. Your patients and your colleagues will trust you. They will put you on a pedestal, and you must remember to be humble and ethical. 4 bad teeth, full mouth implants. Remember the phrase, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So the second, hard work. You are all examples of hard work. And having been in your shoes, though much older shoes, I know what it takes to study, test, sometimes fail, but eventually succeed. Your hard work is dedication, commitment, the will to improve and to persevere. There's a difference between involvement and commitment. It's like a bacon and egg breakfast. The chicken was involved, but the pig was committed. Let that sink in. Hard work is the catalyst that transforms dreams into reality, ambitions into achievement, and through a little perspiration, aspirations into inspirations. I can vividly remember one time I woke up about 5 a.m. I needed to be at the dental school. I drove in my little Toyota Corolla, and I got to the school in parking lot D. I walked about a half a mile to get to the building. Went in, I was there so early, I had to get security to open the door for me. Went into the building, went to class, did my labs, ate something at the little snack center they had there, went to the library, studied. At 11:45, I walked out. Security locked the door behind me. I got into my car, and I sat in my car, and I realized I never saw daylight that day. Was it even there that day? Sometimes hard work can feel frustrating and lonely and fruitless. These are tough feelings, and we will all go through them. And I recommend that you seek out your companions and your faculty and those that can help you to maintain and get through those lonely times. I guarantee you, when you ask them, you indeed are helping them. The third is gratitude. Gratitude is profound acknowledgement of the kindness and support extended to each of us. It stands as a light, illuminating our path. How many times do you say, thank you? Thank you. Those are words that are not used very often. Thank you. It creates humility, reminding us of the countless hands that have supported us, as Dr. Spears said, be it family, friends, mentor, or the unsung heroes that you encounter in our daily lives. You will encounter many faces and new friends as you go along. I see a bunch of my colleagues that I've known over the years through organized dentistry. But you must remember, you had support all along the way to this point. Your closest friends will be the ones that you hang out with in your dental school career and that you still hang out with in your personal career. You will meet patients all along the way that will trust you with their treatment and in turn will help you graduate as a dentist. As Dr. Valenza say, I teach at the LD Pankey Institute in Key Biscayne, Florida. In fact, I'll be there next week teaching. The late Dr. LD Pankey, he once said, I never saw a tooth walk into my office. It was always connected to a human being. He was about relationships. He learned from his mother in Kentucky that she wrote him a letter back in about 1910 and said, Lindsay, don't do what was done to me. The dentist took out all my teeth, and I am miserable. I spoke at the Pankey Symposium in 2024 on this exact subject of I never saw a tooth walk into my office. Yeah, I could have highlighted my 43 years of dentistry on the amazing crowns that I did, the root canals that were perfect, and the bridges that snapped in place. 30 years of successful implants, or the beautiful porcelain veneers that I did. But instead, I chose my time to discuss the amazing relationships that I had had with my patients over those 42 years. They're becoming like family to me. For example, a young lady, Veronica, who came into my office, and her mom was concerned because she was snoring at night. And I looked, and her tonsils were touching each other. She had no airway. She was a C student. They had put her on Ritalin because she had ADD. And I said, I think she has sleep apnea from what you've told me. Sent her to the pediatric ear, nose, and throat doc. They removed her tonsils. She's off of Ritalin, straight A student. Or how about Audrey, who came in with a toothache when I went to go see her, and I said, well, which tooth is it? And she goes, it's in the back right. And I go, well, let me take a look. She goes, no. And I thought, why would you not let me take a look? That's why you're here, right? She goes, can I talk to you in private? I go, yeah, absolutely. What's going on? She goes, I just have to tell you, I was sexually abused as a child, and I have difficulty in having trust with somebody to look at my mouth. Wow. Blew me away. Or how about Janelle? My patient that came in, she had a little inflammation around an implant. And I looked at that and I was like, oh my goodness, this is not just plaque. There's something serious here. A woman who had never smoked in her life. A woman who had never done any dip Nothing like that. And she had squamous cell cancer in her mouth. I was able to recognize that, sent her to the head and neck surgeon. They did a radical removal of the tumor that was in her jaw. We went back in, put new implants. I built out the teeth prosthetically. Was able to give her about 4 more years of life that she was able to eat what she wanted. And then she passed away. And hundreds more stories I have like that. Remember, some of those people that you will entrust, that are entrusted to you, will become some of your best friends and may become very close to you, as Veronica, Audrey, and Janelle were to me. Your patients will be there because they trust you. It's humbling for people to trust you, especially like when you give your first injection of anesthetic. I remember my dear patient who's gone to heaven, Mr. Jesus Cervantes. He goes, "Hey, doc, have you ever done this before?" And I said, "Yeah, I've done this before." Okay, I needed to go to confession on that one. There used to be an old television show, I'm dating myself, it was called MASH. And it was back in the 70s. And the lead actor was Alan Alda. He played Lieutenant Hawkeye Pierce. And it was set in Korea, in South Korea, near the border, during the Korean War. And they had a mobile ambulatory surgical hospital. And after playing a physician on TV, he was asked to give a keynote address to the graduating class of Columbia Medical School. And I'm going to paraphrase that to dentistry. So listen attentively to this, because I don't want anybody to fall asleep. Oh, that reminds me, one time I was preaching and there was a gentleman falling asleep, and about halfway through he was still asleep. And so I looked at the gentleman next to him, I go, "Can you wake him up?" And he goes, "You wake him up, you put him to sleep." So he said, this is from Alan Alda, but with my apologies to him for changing it for dentistry. Be skilled, be learned, be aware of the dignity of your calling, but please, don't ever lose sight of your own simple humanity. Unfortunately, that may not be so easy. You're entering a special place in our society. People will be awed by your expertise. You will be placed in a position of privilege. You will live well. People will defer to you, call you by your title. And it may be hard to remember that the word doctor is not actually your first name. I ask of you, possess your skills, but don't be possessed by them. You are entering a very, very select group. You have a monopoly on dental care. Be careful not to abuse this power that you have over the rest of us. Put people first. And I include that not just people, but that which exists between people. Let me challenge you. With all of your study, you can read my dental x-rays like a text message, but can you read the involuntary muscles? Can you see the fear and uncertainty in my face? Will you tell me when you don't know what to do? Can you face your own fear, your own uncertainty? And when in doubt, will you call for help from one of your colleagues? Will you be the kind of dentist that cares more about the full mouth set of implants than in the person? Or will you be the person that tells your assistant, have the root canal come in at 3? You know you're in trouble when you find yourself wishing they would mail in their cavity in a brown paper envelope. And where does money come on your list? Will this be the sole standard by which you reckon success? And where will your family come on your list? How many days and nights, weeks and months will you separate yourself from them, buried in your work, before you realize that you've removed yourself from an important part of your life? Thank you for taking on the enormous responsibility that you have, and to have the strength to have made it to this very day. I know how difficult it is to have managed to learn so much until now. But one more thing that you can learn about the oral cavity that only a non-dentist would tell you, and I hope you always remember this. The jawbone is connected to the heart bone. Don't let them come apart. And please, 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 as Dr. Spears said, don't forget those at home that may not see you as often as you would like. Call your wife, call your husband, call your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your friends, your priest, your minister, those that cared for you along this arduous journey to today. Whenever you get a moment, text them. It's the gratitude, that thank you that we encounter and who we encounter daily that will lead us to not just becoming drill-em, fill-em, bill-em dentists, but a dentist who continues to change and improve our very own profession that Dr. Hall talked about. Let's strive for success not just in our endeavors, but also in the profound impact that we leave on other lives. And after 43 years, I hope I have heard it said that your guiding principle is embracing ethics. The vehicle to achieve our aspirations while uplifting others is hard work. And our constant companion, as I said, is gratitude. Thank you. I look to our family and the white coats that you see, and some of the dentists that are not wearing white coats, the hygienists, the assistants. You know, I've heard it said that the only reason that I can see as far as I can see is because I have stood on the shoulders of giants. These are your giants. They're looking for you to stand on their shoulders, to look forward, to look out, to embrace what is to come. No one cares so much how much you know. They care how much you care. The white coat is proof of that. Thank you. Gracias. Gracias. Thank you. And welcome to the greatest professional and the greatest profession in this world. Congratulations.
I'm going to ask, just briefly, everybody can kind of fill in. We have some empty seats, some people needing a seat. So if you could kind of make empty seats available to those who need one. No need to stand. That's going to be a little bit of time here. So let's kind of fill in our empty seats. All right. So thank you, Dr. Macias. Always such strong, encouraging words to hear. So when you look around, students, when you look over here, and you see the individuals in the white coats, when you see so many of your faculty that are here, look up to them. Strong mentors, strong people who are so engaged in your progress, who are trying to help you become the best version of you that you become. Don't ever take that for granted. Don't take your families, your friends for granted, as Dr. Macias said. These are so integral to you and your path and your journey forward. So typically, this is going to be one of those rare moments where you hear me say, God, I'm at a loss for words. After hearing Dr. Macias, nothing else I need to really contribute relative to that. So why don't we get going on a white coat ceremony? What do you think about that? Yeah. I think so. So we're going to ask our first set of coders, Drs. Rodriguez and Granados Mendoza, to come up here to the stage. And students, let's get ready to get coded. So just be aware, protocol going forward in this day, make whatever noise you want to make. Celebrate them. Okay, let them know you're here, all right? It's a significant moment, and we're so excited to be here. So, our dental class of 2028. Jamie Lynn Anagnos. Madison Ang. Ali Arif. Daniela Arredondo Reyes. Irene Atia. Basma Ada. Nasim Azadi. Nancy Genoveva Becerril Granados. Nancy is being coded by her mother, Dr. Nancy Granados Mendoza. Oh. Yeah. Our next coders will be Drs. Giga and Goulding. And so one thing that you're seeing, dentistry is very much a family profession. So you'll see multiple times here in our proceedings, family members helping to code their dentist-to-be. So Reese Beatty. Karina Kareem Bimani. Karina's being coated by her sister-in-law, Dr. Devisha Diga, just graduated from our school. Nathaniel Blake. Hannah Michelle Johannesson. Sometimes one of the hardest things in dental school is getting your arms inside the white coat. Julia Bradshaw. Umar Brula. Logan Browning. Our next coders will be Drs. Den and Heron. Michael Chai. Ava Chaparro. Jed Chin. Mariah Renee Cho. Emmeline Claire Davila. You can tell we've got the makings of a great women's volleyball or basketball team out of this class. Emily Davis. Brandon Den. Brandon is being coated by his aunt, Dr. Christine Den. Our next coders will be Drs. Dwan and Nguyen. You can tell they must be really important because they're only coding one person. That would be Ashley Dwan. Our next coders will be Dr. Ebrahimi and Fuqua. Fatima Ebrahimi. Fatima is being coded by her sister, Dr. Parissa Ebrahimi. Irene Elsa Jayan. Severina Ferroni. Carly Evelyn Falkenberry. Carly is being coded by her mother, Dr. Kim Fuqua. So these are my moments of, I've been doing this for a long time, when I'm announcing children of children that I taught. So I taught Dr. Kim Fuqua many years ago. I've got a few others here today that I've got to do, so I've been doing this a while, I guess. Kobe Allen George. Alejandro Gill. Our next coders will be Doctors Pearson and Horowitz. Daniel Gonzalez. Josh Graywall. Augusto On Wajardo. Catherine Guan. Rhoda Hagos. Our next coders will be Doctors Hilal and Mai Tran Nguyen. Pedram Haji Karim. Victoria Haynes. Yusuf Hilal. Yusuf is being coded by his sister, Dr. Noor Hilal. Shayla Ho. Vanessa Huang. Our next coders will be Drs. Nguyen and Patel. Sterling Frederick Hupp. Trong Nguyen. Trong is being coded by his mother, former student of mine, Dr. Quinn Nguyen. Ellie G. Congrats. Evan G. Hadley Jones. Armeek Calusian Enriquez. Our next coders will be Drs. Vela and Hall. Ryan Cara. It's not mine, but I'm glad it's yours. Noor Karkutli. Mariam Khalil. Matthew Bao Ku. Chloe Koo. Our next coders will be Drs. Kukleris and Kukleris. Sounded like a law firm, didn't it? Yeah. Camille Kuklerita. And she's being coded by her mother and father, Drs. Diana and Alvidas Kukleris. Trina Lee. Han Lee. Hannah Lee. Sarah McGuire. Our next coders will be Drs. Mallet and Sierra. Caitlin Liu. Kelsey Mallet. Kelsey is being coded by her uncle, Dr. Alvin Mallet. Allison Kirsten Martinez. Philip Mary.
Congrats, Allison.
Ariana Montes. Our next coders will be Drs. Mulla and Long. Myra Manowar Mulla. Myra is being coded by her mother, Dr. Shahida Manowar Mulla. Akila Nane Boyina. Brian Wynn. Brittany Twit Wynn. This is kind of like deja vu. Brian Wynn. Nee Christine Wynn. Whitney Wynn. Yeah. That's my good friend. Our next set of coders will be Drs. Barros and Pierpont. And while they're coming, I just have to say, we don't get this very often, but Whitney, Brittany are sisters in this class. So Trish Wynn Thatch. Ali Ufi. Mackenzie Unjin Park. Niran Patel. Angeline Pham. Our next coders will be Drs. Pham and Trachtenberg. Kim Pham. Kim is being coded by her father, Dr. Fong Pham. Alexandra Picshow. Mariana Pania Lizardi. Daniela Plana Trachtenberg. Daniela is being coded by her mother, Dr. Cynthia Trachtenberg. Our next coders will be Dr. Spradley and Rassam. Haley Presnall. Niall Kazi. Hassam Rassam. Hassam is being coded by his father, Dr. Karam Rassam. Arya Razai. All right, for those families that still have your significant left to go, that's the one to beat right there. Umberto Antonio Romo. Mustafa Sardani. Our next coders will be Drs. Gino and Young. Jacob Frederick Scanlon. I'm not supposed to be biased, but that is an awesome colored shirt that he's wearing today. Pia Shaw. Karina Powell Sharma. So I'll give y'all props for having the sign. That's pretty awesome. McKenna Lynn Shepard. Travis Schugert. Tanvi Suravuri. Our next coders will be Dr. Stone and Cooley. Coming down the home stretch. Blake Christian Solcher. Anna Stone. Anna is being coated by her father, another former student, Dr. Brian Stone. Talon Sway. Cameron Sandra Zott. Scotty Keith Taylor. Anna Marie Thibodeau. Our next coders will be Drs. Valenza and Macias. Kendall Marie Tully. Patrick Tran. Amy Alejandra Trevino Gonzalez. Thank you. Osavier Uhumwango. Yeah, y'all were thinking I wasn't going to get that one correct, weren't you? It rolls off the tongue once you know what it is. So we go from Osavier to one, not even a challenge, Amy Vo. Hunter James Walker. Our next coders will be Drs. Wright and Hunsaker.
Great job, Bill.
Avery Bell Wilkerson. Miriam George William. Madeline Emma Williamson. Addie Elise Wright. Addie is being coded by her father, Dr. Stephen Wright. Hayden Wiley. Karen Yao. This year marks a very special occasion for us. This is our first year that we'll be having our International Dental Education Program students as part of our white coat ceremony. So our first year of having 5 students in the program. Our director of the program, Dr. Marilia Sly, will be here as one of our coders. So very, very proud of this moment. So Dr. Sly and let's see, who's Dr. Bogan, please come forward. Yvonne Akpanano. These students are in our current third-year class, graduation of 2027. Snehal Kankaria. Veronica Lopez. We're almost done. Hang in there, buddy. You got it. I promise. We're almost done. Veronica Lopez. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got so caught up. Oh, my goodness. I almost made it through. No mistakes. I made my one mistake I'm allowed. Hopefully I'll have a job still on Monday. Rosa Isel Ocampo. Sorry. I hadn't marked her name. And then the award for having to wait the longest to hear their name called, Rena Rodriguez. How about a big round of applause for all of our white-coated students? I'm going to ask Dr. Elizabeth Hunsaker, past president of, God, so many things related to UTSD, great contributor, to come up and recite the dentist pledge. And she's going to give you the instructions. So students, we're going to get you to rise. Dentists in the audience, rise. Dr. Hunsaker, all you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Spear. Congratulations. You all went from looking good to looking fantastic in your white coats, I have to say. In a couple of years, you'll be alumni of this institution, and just remember all these coats were donated by former students here that are now out practicing dentists. Looking forward to y'all joining them. At this time, on the back of your program, there's the dentist pledge, and we'll repeat it. Read it along together, please. I, as a member of the dental profession, shall keep this pledge and these stipulations. I understand and accept that my primary responsibility to my patients, and I shall dedicate myself to render, to the best of my ability, the highest standard of oral health care and to maintain a relationship of respect and confidence. Therefore, let all come to me safe in the knowledge that their total health and well-being are my first considerations. I shall accept the responsibility that as a professional, my competence rests on continuing the attainment of knowledge and skill in the arts and sciences of dentistry. I acknowledge my obligation to support and sustain the honor and integrity of the profession and to conduct myself in all endeavors such that I shall merit the respect of patients, colleagues, and my community. I further commit myself to the betterment of my community for the benefit of all of society. I shall faithfully observe the principles of ethics and code of professional conduct set forth by the profession. All this I pledge with pride in my commitment to the profession and the public it serves. Congratulations.
So lastly, we're going to have our Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Services, Dr. Ralph Cooley, come up and give a few closing remarks. Dr. Cooley?
Thank you, Dr. Spears. Wow, what an exciting day. I saw a quote, I actually just saw this quote last night concerning the white coat as a healthcare provider, and I think it sums it up pretty succinctly. It says this: behind every white coat is a heart that chose to heal, a mind that chose to learn, and a soul that chose to care. I think that sums it up about this group of individuals in this class of 2028 and 2027. I think it sums up about the professionals that are here, faculty, dentists, and I think it sums up about our profession. I have to say this, class, you remember not that long ago when you came to interview to be accepted at our school. Both Dr. Spears and I said that was a milestone. That was a big achievement. And we said, take time to celebrate it. Today is even a greater achievement, a greater milestone. But that day we said, we encouraged you to really celebrate that achievement on interviewing by going out to dinner that weekend, going out with a friend, family member, roommate, significant other. But you may remember we said the most important thing when you celebrate it is this: make them pay for it, right? Remember that? All right, I would encourage you to do the same thing today to celebrate, whether it's lunch or dinner. Who picks up the check? I'm not going to say, because we have your family here today and they can hear me say this, and so that's up to you who picks up the check. But this is a big milestone, and take time to celebrate it. It's a day that you're going to remember the rest of your professional career. So congratulations. You know, on a great day today, there are a lot of individuals and organizations that we really want to acknowledge, and I want to thank and recognize. First and foremost, and I don't want to get emotional here, but I want to recognize our dean. His leadership has made this day possible and makes the reason that our school is so outstanding, and because of his leadership. I'll leave it at that because I can't go any further. So thank you, Dr. Valenza. Thank you. Secondly, I'd like to recognize our outstanding speaker, Dr. Roger Macias. Roger, yeah. We've been friends for a long time. You're a mentor to me, and I have to say, every time I hear you speak, I'm encouraged, I'm inspired by your words, and yes, I laugh at all of your jokes too. So thank you for being here. As you know, Dr. Macias didn't just walk across the street to be here. He came from that city west on I-10, about a couple hundred miles from here. So thank you for being with us today. And because I know when I'm inspired and encouraged, and what you had to say, your wisdom, makes a difference for everyone here. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it. An event like this, as you know, doesn't occur unless there's a lot of planning, a lot of hours, a lot of behind-the-scenes activity. So I'd like to thank Miss Grace Avila and our all-star team from the Office of Student and Academic Affairs. You can recognize them. They should be wearing capes, actually, because they are super, but they're not. They're wearing blue polos. So if you see them on your way out, please give them or go to them and say thank you, because there's a lot of planning, a lot of work, and Ms. Avila has put in, and so thank you, Grace, for that, and thank you, all the superstars. There they are, back on the back row. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I also just quickly want to recognize, and it's already been done, but our president of the Texas Dental Association, Dr. Glenn Hall, went from Abilene to Austin to a board meeting and then came here, and I think maybe going back to Abilene. So again, making the effort to do that out of respect for our school and our profession. So thank you, Glenn, for being here. And Dr. Joel Vela from Greater Houston Dental Society, thank you. The president, thank you for being here as well, too. Some other acknowledgments. The UTSD Alumni Association, for their generous support, they're the ones that provide these white coats. And if you were out in the hall, as I was, you would see Miss Patricia Fullerton, their executive director, along with Dr. Elizabeth Hunsaker from the Alumni Association, making sure that each student, each future doctor got the right coat and it fit well and they knew how to put it on. So thank you, Alumni Association, for your support, making that possible. I want to also thank the PACE Center for graciously providing us the lapel pins and lapel pins for our students and everything they do to make our students successful. And as Dr. Valenza mentioned, the Houston Academy of General Dentistry and also the Houston Asian American Dental Society for their donations and support today. And finally, thank you everyone here that is family member, friend, significant other supporting our group of 2027 and 2028, because without your love and support, this day wouldn't be possible. They wouldn't be sitting in these chairs, and we've said that a lot from here, so thank you. So, as we conclude, I would ask that everybody could remain seated until our future doctors leave. They're going to be led by Dr. Spears, and we're going to let them go out first, and then everybody can be dismissed. So, in the words of our dean that I've heard him say so many times for UTSD and for this class, the best is yet to come. Thank you. Okay. So as Dr. Spears leads our group out, they're going to go outside and take a group picture. And so he's going to, it's not that family members, they haven't forgotten you now that they have their white coats, all right? But they're going to go outside and take a group picture right now, and so they will come back, and so you will get to see your family members. But Dr. Spears, if you would lead the group out, I think we're ready to go.